guys, it's Chris here. I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I'm going to start a journey. I'm going to call it Road to Sub 20 Minute 5K. It's that elusive 20-minute mark that everybody seems to want to beat as a decent 5K runner. I've never been able to do it, and I thought that last year my training was going well. I was definitely getting speed, my endurance was building, and I picked a 5K race in a place called Donegal, which is near where I am, which is just outside Belfast in Northern Ireland. Now, when we got to this race, it was about 35-mile-per-hour winds, and this is in July. It was overcast, it was cold, such as the weather here, and it was 2 loops of a sort of a park run, but it was an organised race, and there was a hill at about the mile mark, and then again when you got back round to it, I think it was just coming up like to 4K, and it really took the energy out of your legs. I still knew going into that I would probably run a PB. My best beforehand was about 21 minutes 25 seconds. My goal changed from a sub 20 minute due to the weather conditions to a sub 21. So on the day we ran 20 minutes and 53 seconds, I think, according to Strava. I was delighted with the run, but it became very apparent that after the first kilometre, when we got to the hill at about a mile, over the hill, downwind for a while, had to turn at a lighthouse, and then when you came back it was just absolutely horrendous headwind for the next couple of kilometres, and that's enough to ruin anybody's race on one loop, never mind having to do that twice. So this year I really want to push for that sub 20 minute barrier. I had a few weeks off there just before Christmas, had a chest infection, and I've just been getting back into my running. It's been quite tough. If you've ever taken time off before, you'll know yourself that 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks off, and then you get back to it and you feel like you can't breathe. So that's kind of where I was at there for the past 3-4 weeks. Just trying to get a feeling for my running again. I'm starting a program now, and I'm hoping to peak around April. And the thing that I'm going to do different this time is I'm not going to set a race. So I'm sure many of you before have set a goal, goal time for 5K, 10K, half marathon. Your trainings went great, your long runs beforehand have been fantastic. You really know that you've got a great chance of reaching your target time, and unfortunately race day comes around and you maybe don't feel your best. You feel like you're past your peak, you're maybe just not at your peak. You didn't scout the course out, and you realise, the course just isn't suited to fast times or the weather. We all know wind, it's just the worst enemy of a runner, and you can feel deflated after those races. You feel like you've done all this hard work, trained for months, you set the date in the calendar, and on that day it just didn't come together. So what I want to do is I'm going to set a time frame, and I think that's the smarter idea. I'm going to aim for April. Around that time, a few weeks, I'm going to try to peak around the middle of April. Hopefully the weather will be a bit warmer here in Northern Ireland, but not too warm. And if I feel like on a particular day or a particular week that this is it, I'm kind of at the peak of my training now, I feel great, I'll wait for a day with minimal wind. I'm going to choose the best track, which is Victoria Park in Belfast. Everybody runs their 5Ks there if they want to run quick, and that's kind of my goal. my main goal for this year, I really want to run 5k, and to start that sentence with, yes, I ran 19 ... I'd be absolutely delighted with that, and it just kind of seems like it's a big milestone for any runner to be able to say that they've did that. And then anything later in the year, 10k, half marathon, I go into, hopefully, the PBs just come off the back of the speed work, and then the mileage that I'm going to put in from now, which is the 17th of January until April. We'll try and build the mileage up, maybe try and get to 40, 50k a week. I've never really been over 30, 35k a week, even when I was doing half marathons. So that's the overarching goal for this running season. So today I've got a session. It's actually due to start in about 45 minutes. The weather here isn't bad. You can maybe see out behind me. I don't want to touch the camera because it's sitting precariously on my steering wheel. So today's session is going to be a bit of a maker. So it's 10 kilometers in total. And last year I did loads of intervals, 1 kilometer intervals. I build up to 6 by 1 kilometers, 90 seconds rest, 2 minutes rest or so, and I'd hit those 6 1k intervals, 350 pace, 355 pace, trying to get them all under 4 minutes. And that way, I felt like I had that chance at the 5k. However, I'm still a few months out, and I don't want to start straight into interval rest. So what I've decided to do, whilst I'm trying to build up my mileage again, is go on longer runs, but take my first 1 kilometer as a active recovery or active warm-up for the first one. So today that's going to be 5 minutes 55 pace, and as soon as I hit 1k, I'm going straight into a rep, and the designated target for those reps is 4 minutes 25 pace. So I'm going to do that 5 times for a total of 10k. We're going to go a slow kilometer, quick kilometer, slow kilometer, quick kilometer. We're going to get through that. It's going to be tough for me. I'm planning on doing this in the Novablast 3s, which I have actually in the boot. See, I would love to be able to do my intervals in my Alpha Flies. I always used to do my intervals in Alpha Flies. They make me feel quick. I always felt like I got the best out of them. However, I really want to save that extra pop that you get from the Super Shoe for race day or towards my peak weeks when I really want to get my legs moving. So I'm going to wear the Novablast 3s. I've been really enjoying them. I'll actually just go grab them quickly here. Try and edit this part out. The wee camera fell there. It was going out. It must have fell when I closed the door. It's just a wee Casso camera. Don't really have the best equipment. Really new to the whole kind of social media upload side of things. I'd normally just be a viewer. So, bear with me in that respect, please. The audio, the video quality might not be the best. I'm going to go out today and I'm going to try and get some footage of the running. Hopefully it looks decent. Here's the Novablast 3s that I got in that kind of, I guess this would be their main colorway. It just looks like fire. Absolutely love them. I feel like these shoes really stable, slightly firm underfoot without being like punishing, and I just want to do the majority of my longer runs, not my longer runs, my intervals, and I just want to do the majority of my intervals over the next probably 6 to 8 weeks in these shoes, because I want to feel like it's my legs being able to do all the work. I want to feel like I'm fast enough without the help of the Alpha Fly Super Shoe. And if anyone's ever worn the Super Shoe, they really do help. You're looking at a good few seconds per kilometer in assistance there at any relative effort compared to a shoe like this, a daily trainer. So, thanks for listening to me. We're gonna go out here in about 45 minutes. I'll take the camera along with me, try and get some footage. I don't think my camera case allows for great audio, and I run down a towpath along a motorway. Great scenery down the right, it's all coast, and on the left it's just traffic, so that's all you're going to be able to hear. So yeah, let's get after it.